Hello and welcome to Train Sim World 4, where we are back, of course, on the East Coast Main Line. And as you can see in front of us, we've got the East Midlands trains class 158, where we're going to be taking it from Grantham all the way to Peterborough. So, without further ado, let's get rolling towards Peterborough. It's roughly around 27-28 minutes journey to Peterborough. 13-ish? No, I want to say... Oh, I don't know, 28 miles. Yeah, there you go. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button and also subscribing. It really is appreciated. But we're a very slow departure out of Grantham. We're at 15 miles an hour. It's nice to see the layers now on East Coast Main Line. It really has made this route even busier, which is fantastic to see. So, of course, we've got the 158. There are a couple of services with the East Midlands trains, class 43, the HST. There are also a number of AI services with the class 700, the Thameslink one. There are some playable services which are just from the sidings at Peterborough into the station, just getting it ready to depart. There are a lot more freight as well, which comes from South Eastern High Speed, Tees Valley, Great Western Express. There's also the 47 from West Somerset Railway. You also see the Northern 323 at Doncaster. There's a whole host of layers at play, which is really nice to see, because it really does enhance this route even further, I have to say. Actually, we can get up to 25 miles an hour, so let's use the power of this class 158. Once we fully clear the points, we'll jump up to 90, which is the maximum speed of this 158. So I'm really pleased with the layers that have been added. I think there's definitely scope for more to come, if I'm honest. I think it's still highly requested that we get a class 91 for the Intercity 225 services. That would be very cool to have those on this route. And I'm sure there are others as well that could be added, such as some of the different 800 family, as one just goes past us now. I really think that would just keep enhancing what is a great route. I'm really coming around to the selection of a portion of the East Coast Main Line. I think there was obviously a lot of scepticism from the community, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Really get to stretch the legs of this 158, even if it's just 28 miles between Peterborough and Grantham. It's it's such a well-modelled train. It feels a shame not to have it. It would be a shame not to have it on this route. And I'm really pleased with how this route's turning out. But Train Sim World 4 has not been without its problems. For some reason, I had crashing, and therefore I decided to do a complete reinstall, which seems to have fixed it for now. But fingers crossed that doesn't reappear. A bit of a shame, especially when you've got to download again a nearly 180 gigabytes. It's not a quick process, but everything seems to be working at the moment. Let's have a look at our class 158. There we go, bit of horn action. Of course, this comes from the Midland Main Line route, which is Leicester to Nottingham and Derby. There have been some fixes for that route as part of Train Sim World 4 release. Unsure when they're going to come to Train Sim World 3. I really hope that Dovetail keep to their promise this time around, releasing fixes for previous iterations of Train Sim World. As we all know what happens to the promised fixes for Train Sim World 2. They never appeared. So, yeah, they've really got to build trust back with the community on that front. So, yeah, I just really hope they do keep to their word this time. Because otherwise it won't look particularly good. So, ahead we've got flashing yellows, which will acknowledge that's for the upcoming divergence, which will be where the track splits from 2 tracks into 4 as we head towards Peterborough. So I don't really need to slow too much because I believe the across the points it is 70 miles an hour, so we'll keep it around 65 for now. Okay, we've got flashing yellow as well. It's worth saying is that I am running the London Midlands signal enhancement mod. Oh my god, that's far too loud. Why is the tunnel sound so loud? That certainly needs looking at. I've just had to turn that down massively. That's yeah, a bit ridiculous. Yeah, that was a bit ridiculous. As I say, running the London Midland signal enhancement mod, sadly, due to the introduction of, well, possibly due to the introduction of add-ons manager for PC, mods are currently not working. So all the great enhancement packs we've been used to seem to be not working at the moment, and this is about the only one that they can get to work, which is a real shame because some of those enhancement packs are phenomenal. So I really hope that does get fixed sometime soon. There we go. We're over the point, over the junction there, and we can speed up to 75. Put the power on. But the signal enhancement mod really does make a difference. You can see the signals are just a lot clearer. So a great improvement, I think. It's worth just noting around the layers as well that if you're on 8th gen consoles, so PS4, Xbox One, the class 158 and the class 43 and 700 unfortunately don't layer in. I think when they were doing their testing for this route, they were experiencing problems with the layers and crashing, so there is a slightly reduced timetable, so worth just noting that as well. I'm really hopeful at some point we will get a Class 801 just fly past us. That would be very cool to see. As we cruise along at 75, no problems. I think we can have a pretty clear run all the way into Peterborough. can't see anything in the distance just yet. Let's just bring up the route map. So if you're not familiar with the just catch the driver safety device, otherwise we'll get an emergency brake, which is not what we want. So as you can see towards the bottom here at the south, we're heading towards Peterborough, which if you continued on south would head towards London King's Cross. Obviously that's where we're going today, is Peterborough, but we're currently here. We started off at Grantham, which is I would say about a third of the way. You continue north, you then run across Newark and the Flat Crossing. Continuing even further north, you then hit Retford and its lower level platforms as well, before finally entering into to Doncaster. And you can look at Doncaster, you can see the number of bits of train, and yeah, it just looks extremely busy, which is very cool to see. So yeah, certainly when you get to Doncaster, it does feel nice and busy. So that's route. And then if you continue north of Doncaster, you'd be heading on towards York, Newcastle, and north of the border to Edinburgh. So yeah, the East Coast Main Line is a great route, and I really hope we get more portions of it as well. Because I'm sure this will become one of the most popular routes I can imagine. The portion between Newcastle and Edinburgh is the most scenic, so that would be probably I guess would be perhaps the preference next, or if Dovetail can ever do this, an extension of Peterborough to Doncaster, so you can have a real, like, you know, nice long run in the 801. That would be amazing. Extensions are definitely something that Dovetail needs to nail down. Really curious as to where Trains and World will go next. Obviously we've had a number of feature updates with Trains and World, which have definitely been improvements for the good, but did they need to be a new title? That's the big question that I guess most people ask. Just need to slow here for the 75. There we go, 75, no problem. And then we immediately jump back up to 80 according to the track monitor. It's also worth saying the minimal HUD is such a great improvement, because it actually means you have to focus on the cab itself rather than just relying on the HUD. It gives us some good information. What I perhaps would like to see is, instead of the perhaps the like orange countdown bar, is perhaps a countdown to the next station, so that at least you can get the braking right. But you know, when it comes to speed and such, like, focusing on the cab itself. So I think for me that's a big improvement. Because you know, currently running the minimal HUD, you do have to have fairly good sort of track knowledge. So having that some kind of countdown or showing something where the next station is, so you can get your braking point right, would be yeah, really welcomed. There you go, that's where Mallard hit 126 miles an hour. Nice little sign, that. 3rd of July, 1938. Okay, up to 80. Nice to see 801s flying past. I want some going in the other direction, so we almost feel like we're racing it. Because that would be cool. We've got to be getting a lot closer to Peterborough. Yeah, we're not far at all now. Probably say we're about halfway. So the service that we're running, which I probably should have said at the start, but we are a Liverpool Lime Street to Norwich service. So we're just picking it up for the portion between Grantham and Peterborough. One criticism I would have is that obviously the PIS is showing Peterborough where it should really be showing Norwich, which is a bit of a shame. That's hopefully one thing. The should show off-world destinations. Otherwise it doesn't feel that realistic, but yeah. So fingers crossed that gets hopefully gets addressed. And there we go, finally getting overtaken by an 801. How cool is that? And there it goes, off into the distance. Got probably about a speed difference of 45 miles an hour. They'll be running at 125, and we're just at 80 miles an hour at the moment. Okay, you can just see it disappear off into the distance now. But what I also like about this route is, especially with the 801, is the various stopping patterns that come with the 801. So you've got an all-stopping one. You've also got yeah, direct services just between, or express services just between Peterborough and Doncaster. So there's a real mix of yeah, stopping patterns, which I think is better than, say, some of the other high-speed routes that we've had with trains and worlds. If you think about Castle Versberg, you've just got the one stop between LGV. Again, that's just sometimes direct between Marseille and Avignon. So it's nice to have the couple of stops in between to make it a little bit more interesting, but still having that high speed feel. And of course, this is the longest UK route we've got in the franchise as well, roughly 18 miles, which is, so it's nice to see them getting a little bit longer. This must be a little bit longer than Southeastern High Speed, which is also another fantastic route that I thoroughly enjoy. Okay, we really must be close yet. We're definitely not far now. And of course, with the the 158, you get the fantastically simulated door opening with the guard interactions, which I think should be seen across more of the trains that we've got in Train Sim World. Especially when you get the guards buzzer to acknowledge the doors are closed and you're ready to depart. That is absolutely fantastic. I love that little neat addition. I guess the only thing I would perhaps like to see is a little bit more freight action, because I'd imagine the East Coast Main Line would be really quite busy with freight. See, we do get quite a few freight services, but it feels like they're maybe more, especially around Warrington Junction, that we'll pass probably by very shortly. Ooh, that is the Scotsman. There goes the Flying Scotsman. Now that is a neat little find. There it goes. Didn't expect to see that. There you go. Off it goes in. In its rake of Mark II coaches. There we go. Jump back into the cab of the 158. That was a neat little find there. Still running at 80, and imagine very shortly we will start need to slowing for our approach to Peterborough. We should be on time. We've got 4 minutes to be there. That's plenty of time. We are definitely on our approach now. Also worth saying, you know, one of the bigger updates as well visually is the overhead line equipment. You'll see it's far more pronounced, which is I was kind of on the fence at first. I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, but actually I'm definitely coming around to it. It's it does look better than what it was as we go over Warrington Junction. I don't think I've seen anything go down the junction, which is a bit of a shame, because I would have liked to have seen perhaps a bit of freight going down there. Keep the power on for now. We're maintaining about 70. We've still got greens all the way so far. This has been a very easy run when it comes to not hitting any traffic. There we go, starting to see some of the freight, which is always nice. definitely adds... I think now we know we're here at the freight yard. We're definitely on the approach to Peterborough. There's some 66s over there. Look at all of those the container wagons. Slowing for the 50, so let's just head into notch 2 of brake. Okay, there's the 70 board. You can see ahead we've got a yellow ahead. But this is the approach into Peterborough. We'll probably brake a little bit more actually. There we go, around 35. And we've got indication that we're going into platform number 6. I feel like that could be even busier. Some 166s. Definitely when it comes to freight, we definitely need some more freight locos, and we're going far too fast across the points there. We definitely need some more freight locos and operators as well, because it's definitely a bit sparse when it comes to that. I can see off in just the distance there. There's a 700 in the station, which we'll have a look at. Yeah, definitely some more freight locos. We've really got the mod in terms of modern, the 66 doing freight operations. So it would be nice to see a bit more. We were a little fast across the those points at 15 miles an hour, but it's fine. It's fine. And here we are coming into to Peterborough. See our stop point just up ahead. See the 2-car marker, 2 to 5. Whoops. Okay. We're pretty much spot on where we need to be stopping. Let's unlock those doors. You can see, no, not zone 3, there's the 2 to 5 marker, and here's the 700, which is heading to Horsham. So that's the AI you see at Peterborough when it comes to the 700. We've also got the correct stop markers for the 700, which have now also been introduced to South Eastern High Speed, which is nice. Sometimes when you're here at Peterborough, you will see multiple 158s doing different services, which is nice. And that concludes our run. Hopefully we've picked up a platinum medal, of course. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video with the Class 158. If you have, please consider hitting that like button and also subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.